So our plan is this one. We thought to start with the Excel basics, advanced Excel, so that we can easily write the DAX queries in Power BI. So this is our first plan. Then SQL. We have to learn SQL. SQL is a basic language for data extraction. Later we will go with the Power BI. So what are our roles? So what is the role with they are going to give us? So what are the packages? You'll have some, we have not discussed about all those in the first demo section. And so we'll go with this one. So apart from this, I told I will give the knowledge of basic knowledge of data warehouse, just Azure skill knowledge and basics of SAS, SSIS or Alteryx. Any one of the two will go. This is an ETL tool. This is an ETL tool, SAS or Alteryx. We'll go with SAS or Alteryx. Okay, data analysis. So if you are going for data analysis, so team, like, is there any freshers in the group? Are there any freshers in the group?
Yes, sir.
Okay. May I know who's it?
Mahadev.
Okay, like 2020 postgrad or 2021? 2021. Okay. So, okay. So this is for 3 to 4 years of experience. We'll plan according to that how to keep the 3 to 4 years of experience. So if you are showing them the 4 years of experience as a data analyst, this is the first step of entering. So there is other steps also with the only Excel, which is MIS Executive. The second step is data analysis, where if you are showing around 5 years with the Power BI, the maximum salary you are going to get is 15 to 20 lakhs. The maximum salary you're going to get with data analysis position with these skills. If you learn all the 3 skills with export at least one ETL tool, you'll get the salary of 15 to 20 lakhs. You can show your salary up to that. You can expect the salary. So the next step. So we are not going to stop with after learning Power BI. We are not going to stop. We are going for data engineer role. Where data engineer role is at least we should have some cloud knowledge and should be a good expertise in SQL. Okay, expertise in SQL. Plus Power BI is an additional advantage for that, and added advantage for data engineer role. Plus SSIS, SSRS, Azure. Azure is a cloud I told, right? So if you learn, you'll have the packages from 15 to 35 lakhs. It depends upon based on your experience how much you are going to show. Next, data scientist. So this is the next step of data engineer. Okay, so this is a lower level granularity where data analyst starting step we are going to enter, then data engineer, the data scientist. Data scientist means, so data analyst, what he does means he'll just predict the past data. No, sorry, he'll just take the past data and he'll do the reports. But data scientist will predict the future data. So if you have a data so if you have the past data, based on the past data, he'll predict the future data and he will show the trends, how it's going to be in the future. So he's a data scientist. So this artificial and machine learning is needed for this one, for data scientist. Plus SQL basics, one SQL language, one NoSQL language. So there are some there are some tools which we have to learn for data scientist also. Okay. So this is our steps we how to learn. One is data analysis. This is the steps we have to go. After learning this Power BI, if you stop here, after 2 years, this Power BI will there will be other tool which will overcome this Power BI. So you would never stop learning. So first is the data analysis, then data engineering. For data engineering, I'll show you the path how to start your data engineering role. After learning this Power BI, if you are good in Power BI, you can immediately start with the Azure. I'll assign you some courses, so you can go online and you can explore your know. You can upskill for data engineer. The next role is data scientist. Okay. So for data scientist also have some courses you can go through artificial intelligence and machine learning. So, so this is our steps. Next. So this is Excel, SQL, Power BI. This is the thing which we are going to learn and basics of this. Okay. Now, if you wanted to start, if we'll start the session with basics. What is the dimensions? What is the facts? So team, how many are aware of what is dimensions and facts or metrics? So dimensions means all the string values. So let me tell you, the data is categorized into two types. The data majorly it is categorized into two types. So first thing is quantitative and qualitative. Quantity means, you know, right? Quantity, what is quantity? 1 kg, 2 kg, 3 kg, 100 meters, 500 meters, 1 kilometer. And these are quantities where you will get all the numbers 115. The similar way, the qualitative data means dimensions and facts, which is called as dimensions and string values. So how is the quality means, we'll tell the quality is very good, the quality is best, the quality is fine. Okay, so those are all numbered values, and those are all dimensional values, which is string values. These are string values. And quantitative means which is number values, 1 kg, 2 kg, 100 liter, 10 liter, 100 meters. Okay, this is how we calculate. So this is quantitative and qualitative. This is qualitative. Qualitative means string values we'll get string values. Okay, now, so in quantitative uh, and qualitative, so suppose if you have a data like region wise data, east west, now see here I have the regions, Bangalore region, Chennai region and all. So what is this data called, quantitative or qualitative? It is qualitative data, because this is a string value. And quantitative data means sales, how much sales happen, 250 to 20, this is a sales happen. This is a quantitative data. So next, this quantitative data can also be called as facts, measures, or metrics. We call this as metrics. These dimensions we call as string values or text values. So we always compare the dimensions with facts. We always compare the dimensions with facts. So if you want to do the analysis, that is a first major thing you have to remember: comparison of dimensions with facts. Suppose, see here, have the region wise sales data. Okay, region wise and sales data. So what is a Bangalore and Chennai sales? What is a Bangalore and Chennai sales? So Bangalore sales is 250, Chennai sales is 220. Okay, so we are comparing the region. This is dimension and this is fact value. Fact value means quantitative or measure or metrics. So we will call it as dimensions and facts. So this is dimensions, these are facts. So we are comparing dimension with facts. So which we are showing in a visualization. So previously, when we didn't have this Power BI and all, the traditional way of doing it was taking 2 months to do one simple graph, one simple table. If you have around 10 lakh rows, if you wanted to summarize the data, it was taking 2 months. Okay, but now it is very simple. Just we can summarize the data and we can do the visualization. So from this page, you should get to know what is the dimension, what is a fact. So which is facts, measures, metrics, and dimensions are string values. Okay, so segments, products, these and all come, these are all names. These are all names. This will come under dimensions. And facts means sales. So how much sales happen, what is the total profit, what is the revenue, and how much quantity is sold. These are all metrics. So team, you are clear with this, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So team, am I going fast or slow? Please let me know.
No, it's fine.
Okay, thank you. So team, who have joined late, can you share your email IDs so that I can give you access on this? Share your email ID in the chat box. Okay. Next. So this is dimension facts. You have to remember going forward. So entire course we are going to work on this one only, dimensions and facts. So these are the major data types which is categorized. But still we have date type also, which is quantitative, qualitative, then date and time. A new one, date and time. So here we'll get only dates and times. We'll call it as date and time only. We'll be working on dates and times like month, year, day. So quarters, date and time. And one more categorization is there, which is geographical category. Geographical category. So this is also a part of qualitative, which is dimension and string value. But this is other type of categorization which we have done, which we are going to do, which is geographical category means. So geographical category might be city, state, latitude and longitude, longitude and country. Okay. So Pawan Kumar, please switch off your video. So we were here in geographical categories, which is city, state, latitude and longitude. So if we categorize this as a separately geographical, then only our system understands that this is a geographical value, so that we can show this in graphs. So this is what I have already mentioned, date and time geographical values. So next, operators. What are operators? You know operators. Operators is used for comparison of values. Which values? Quantity or quality?
Quantity
Values. So which is metric values? Suppose if you wanted to compare this one, which one is greater? So you need greater than, less than, equal to, plus, minus, not equal to. This is also not equal to. Division, percentage and modulus, and or. In Power BI we call this as and or. Okay, double ampersand gives you and, double pipeline gives you or. So you should be aware of this one, operators. So this is not much difficult, like we have already learned this in school days only. So profit 2019, profit. So we have the region here. So another target. So I have 2019 profit. I have 2020 profit. I have a target. So there should be some basic understanding. What is the difference between achievement and growth? What is the difference between achievement and growth? These are some basics. You know the formula, right? What is the formula for achievement? Team, anyone? What is the formula for achievement? So the formula for achievement is, suppose you have secured 600 marks out of 1000 in your intermediate, okay, or PUC. So you have secured 600 marks out of 100. So what is your achievement? What is your percentage? Okay, suppose you got 70 marks out of 100 marks in math subject. What is your achievement? What is the percentage?
70%.
So 70%. That is called achievement. So now I have 2019 profit. So my 2019 profit, I have given the target of 120. How do I compare this 2019 profit with target? So how do you compare? How do you get the achievement? How do you get the percentage?
120 into 100 by 100.
So if you got 70 out of 100 marks, okay, how do you do the calculation to get the 70%?
We'll do percentage calculation.
Percentage
into 100. 70 divided by 100 into 100.
70 divided by equal to, so similarly the achievement is this one divided by what is the total. So I have 83%. So I have to do into percent. Instead of into percent, I just click the percentage symbol here, which does here, which is here. Okay. Next. So the same formula I'm going to copy paste here. Okay. So we have given the target of 110 for Chennai, but they have achieved 120. So next we got 110% achievement. So similarly, I'll do for 2020 this divided by target. So now growth percentage. So achievement, you know how to calculate the achievement, which is current. What is the actual? So we got it divided by target. What is the target we have? So similarly, growth I have to compare. How do I compare the growth? This is a very basic, which we have already learned in 6th class, 7th class, 9th class, 10th class. So
Current minus previous.
Current, which is current, 2020 current minus previous
Divided
by previous value. So this is current. This is current value. 2020 profit is current value minus previous value divided by previous value. So there is a growth of 110, 100 to 110 it came. So what is the growth? Growth is 10%. So if you see here, in 2019 I got 120. In 2020 the profit came to 90%, which is degrowth. This is degrowth by minus 25%. Okay. So this is how achievement and growth. So this is very basic. You have to learn these formulas. So most of the formulas we'll have from this only. Achievement, growth, and percentage calculations. Okay. Next. So this is about the summary of this page is about what are the operators. What are the operators we are going to use? So what are the operators which we have used here? Division. The operator is division. If you see here, operator, minus and division symbol. Okay, we have used operator minus and division symbol. So these are the operators. Okay. Next, aggregate function. So aggregate functions. What are aggregate functions? What are aggregate functions? So if you wanted to summarize any data, we need aggregation functions to summarize. So aggregation means one single value is aggregation. One single value is aggregation. Suppose I have a profit column here. In this profit column, I have the profit here. So let me go consider by region wise. Or month wise, Jan. So I have the profit like this by month wise. So I wanted to do the aggregation. What type of aggregation I do? These are the aggregation functions we have. Sum, count, average, minimum, maximum. Team, till end of probably last class, we'll be talking about only aggregation functions. What are aggregations? Aggregations are sum, count, average, minimum, and maximum. These are the aggregation functions. So what is an aggregated value? Aggregated value means one single value. We'll get one single value. So if we have a summarized, if you have multiple rows, if you do aggregation, we'll get one single value. Aggregation means one single value we'll get. So now I wanted to see what is the total profit, what is the sum of profit. So I'll write equal to sum of this entire profit. So I'm using which aggregation function? I'm using sum aggregation function. So what is the total value? I'm getting 1972. Okay, one aggregation function I have used. Next, so I wanted to see what is the total count. So team, you can understand, right? What is the sum means? We are adding everything. Count means we are counting one by one. Suppose 1, 2, 3 like this we are counting. But sum means 100 plus 102 plus 104 that we are doing. So we got 1972. I'm working on count equal to count of this one. Count of this one is 17. Then average. What is the total average of this one? I'm just selecting the average. What is the minimum value? What is the minimum value in this means which is the least value in this? So least minimum value. What is the maximum value? So everything will give only one single value. If you do aggregation functions, the aggregation functions are sum, count, average, minimum, and maximum. If you do aggregation for a value, so you'll get one single value. Okay. So these are the aggregation functions: sum, count, average, minimum, and maximum. So we use in Excel, we use in Power BI, and we use in SQL also. So team, please understand this one. What are aggregation ones? Aggregation functions, it will give one single value when we apply aggregation function. So I have applied some aggregation for this one. Count aggregation, I got only one single value. Okay. Next. This is how we summarize the data. With the help of aggregation functions, we summarize the data. Okay. Next. What is what we are going to learn in Excel? What we are going to learn in Excel? So we are going to learn in Excel all the formulas. The same formulas will be repeated in data analysis expression. The same formulas will be repeated in data analysis expression. So what is DAX? DAX means data analysis, which is so team, everyone will find difficulty in Power BI DAX. So they think DAX is very difficult, but if you go with learning by learning this Excel, if you go to Power BI, DAX is very simple. DAX is very simple. Next, DAX means data analysis expression. How here we are using the Excel formulas, right? So similarly, we use the DAX there in Power BI for the calculations and aggregation. So in Excel, we are going to learn text formulas, logical formulas, lookup values, mathematical formulas, statistical and date and time. Plus ribbons. In ribbons, we are going to learn ribbons, all the ribbons. We'll review all the ribbons. What options do we have here in Excel? Okay, these ribbons will review. And conditional formatting. So this is the major topics. We have conditional formatting, data validation. Okay, we'll work on conditional data formatting. Next, reports. How we work on, which functions we use for reports. Okay, so we use pivot tables and charts for reporting. So we'll go with pivot tables and charts. So this is the Excel subject which we are going to learn here. This is maximum, which is enough for you can easily get the job with if you learn Excel also. This is the entry level. You can learn Excel also. If you learn Excel also, you'll easily get this one. Next. So next one. So team, 1 second. I'm just getting. So team, this is all about the Excel subject which we are going to learn, but today we'll start with the text functions. We'll start with text functions. So what text functions we are going to learn, which is left, Madhu, please go on mute. So we are going to learn left function, left, right, mid, left, right, mid, concatenate, and left, right, mid, concatenate, find, length, proper. So let me take this back. So these formulas we are going to learn in Excel for left function, for text functions. So first we'll go with text functions. What are text functions? So the functions which we are applying on text, the functions which we are applying on text values. So those are called text functions. We are using these functions: left, right, mid, concatenate, find, length, proper, and if you wanted to remove any spaces, we can use trim. So the same formulas we are using in Power BI also. Okay. So first let me go to a new sheet, which is text functions. Text functions. So in this text functions, let me get some data and work on the text functions. So copy the data. So now I have the data. Let me zoom this for you. First, let me write the left function. We are working on text functions. Okay, right. So these are the text functions. So for this text functions, first let us start. So if you wanted to start with Excel formula, if you're writing an Excel formula, we have to start with equal to symbol. You have to start with equal to symbol. So if you are writing any formula, you have to start with equal to symbol. So if you are writing the nested formulas, a formula inside a formula, so at the time which is not required. Okay. So now I'm writing left function. So left function, first of all, you have to understand what does the left function does. So you can see the tooltip here, right? Returns the specified number of characters from the text string. Okay. So left function. So it is asking for text, which is text, this text, comma. Can you see here? The next thing, it is highlighted in the syntax. This is called syntax, which is number of characters. How many number of characters you need from left hand side? I need 4 characters. So the 4 characters, first I've selected the text in left. In left, I've selected the text of this one, comma 4 characters. Okay, so SUD, I got the first 4 characters. Then right, equal to right of. I'm selecting this text. I need 5 characters from the right hand side. So this dot, this full stop is also considered as a character. So CHEM dot. So if you have this one, there is a space right here. Can you see here? There is a space. So let me zoom to. So if you zoom this one, you can see here. So there is a space here in between. So this space is also a character. This space is also character. This full stop is a right. This is also a character. So now I told from right hand side, which is right hand side for us. This is right hand side. Okay. So CHEM, we got it. So if we see left hand side, we got SEDA. This is left hand side. So this is left and right functions. So should be clear with left and right. What does the left and right does? So we have to specify number of characters. We have to specify number of characters. So what is the final answer? We'll get the text value. The final answer will get the text value which is specified with the formula. Next, mid value. So similarly, I am going for mid. I'm writing mid. So it is asking for text. Text means this is a text, comma. So it is asking from the it is asking for the starting number. Starting number means I want to start with D. I need darshan. I need darshan. So I'll start with D. So D is the third character. So I'll select 3, comma. From D, how many characters do we require? So D means this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 characters. So I'll just give 7 characters so that I'll get the darshan. So this is a way how we get the mid value. Mid value. Next, concatenate. Concatenate. So I wanted to concatenate. So suppose if I wanted to join two text, like so, this I wanted to join with this one. So then I use concatenate. Equal to concatenate. So it is asking for text 1. This is text 1, comma. It is asking for text 2. This is text 2. So here we can give n number of text. We can give comma and we can give text also. But in Power BI formulas, we can use only 2 for concatenate. We can use only 2 text in a concatenate. Here we can give n number of characters. How many text you wanted to join? We can give all those. So Sudarshan. So we have joined this one, SUDA DRSHAN. So I have selected the text of first one, concatenate of first one, comma, this is second one. Next, equal to find. So if I wanted to find any particular character from the text, so this is the text, right? If I wanted to find any particular character, in which position it is, so then I'll use find option. Then I'll use find option. So equal to find. So which text I have to find? I have to find U. U is in which character, like which position, or R. I wanted to find the letter R is in which position. So all the text values which we are giving, all the text which we are specifying, we have to specify in inverted commas. So I'm just starting the inverted commas. So this is how we have to specify the text. Suppose if you are directly selecting the text, it is not required. Okay, so R, comma, find text is R. Within text means this is a text, comma. It is asking the next syntax is starting numbers. We have to search starting from 1. So team, clearly go through the syntax. So I have to find text R is in which position, within which text, in this text. So starting, so what is the starting number? Starting from first, we have to search. So R is in 5th position. If you see here, R is in 5th position. It is telling 5th position. So what does the find tell us? The find tell us, if we give any letter, if we specify any letter, that letter it will tell in which position it is. It is it stands in the word. Okay. So now I wanted to find the total length of this text. What is the total length? Then I can use this one. I can use this one. Next. First, let me take this one. Later, lower, upper, proper. So if I have any extra spaces here, see, I'm giving some extra spaces here. So extra spaces, the length is become 19. Suppose in between I have given some spaces, the length becomes. So if I wanted to remove these spaces, I can use trim function, where trim function will remove all the extra spaces. So if you see here, see. So trim function in between there are so many spaces, at 10 there are so many spaces, it has removed all the spaces. So this is trim function. Next, lower. So suppose consider this text only. I wanted to show all the text in lowercase. Lowercase means alphabetic, lower alphabetic case. So see here, everything, this capital letter S, C, everything become lowercase. So I wanted to make this in uppercase. So uppercase, I wanted to make this in uppercase. I'll select the text. Just I'm selecting the text. It's getting in uppercase. So proper. So suppose proper, PRO, proper. So I have the text, lowercase text, uppercase text. I'm selecting the uppercase text. So proper, what does it mean? So it will keep the first character and the starting in between the characters with the capital letter, the rest everything in small letters. So it aligns properly the alphabetic order. So these are the functions which we have to learn. Which one? So these are the text functions we should learn in Excel. The same functions we have in Power BI DAX also, which where we'll be writing in calculated field, in calculated columns. So I'm giving you the rest of the data. Try to work on this one. Left function, right function. You fill the rest of the data with this one, with the above formulas. So for your reference, I'm leaving the first row as it is. So team, you have to understand from this page. If I'm summarizing, you have to start a formula with equal to symbol, and if you're passing any character, suppose find, right, you're passing find R, so R should be in inverted commas. If you're writing any text and telling that this is a text for Excel, you have to show it in inverted commas. I wanted to find the space is in which character? 10th character. So I wanted to find N. N is in which position? 9th position. Okay. So team, do you have any doubt in this? Shall I repeat this one?
No, sir.
Okay.
Hello, sir.
Hello. Yes.
Sir, what are the difference between lower and stream, sir?
Lower and
Stream.
trim. TRM trim.
Oh, sorry. Lower and proper.
Lower and proper. So
Yeah.
Lower, how is the text? Like, can you see the text? Is there any letters, capital letters?
No, sir.
Uppercase letter.
No, sir. Here also so small letters. Here also a little bit smaller. That's
So
why. Only S is there.
okay. So I'll write here. Hemant Reddy. So how is the text here?
All are small letters.
Everything
small
are
letters.
small letters. Everything are
Yeah.
small letters. So,
Yeah.
but this we should not mention the names in small letters, right? So first name should be capital letters for geographical, for names, and for the regions. The first letter should be
Capital
letter.
letters.
So at the time we wanted to make it in proper way. So we'll select proper function and I'll select this one. It will automatically assign the H and R as a capital letter.
Yeah.
In proper function. But similarly, if we go for upper function, similarly, if you are going for upper function, what does upper function do? It keeps everything in upper values. It gives all the
Sure.
values in upper values. So lower means already it is in lower. Already the text is in lowercase, small. There is no uppercase only. Everything is smaller case. So
Okay.
proper means first letter and middle letter. Name letter it will give you in capital letters. This everything in capital letters. This is everything in small letters, which is lower function.
Yes.
Okay, team. So the easiest way of doing, like I can, so I have to write the formula for next rows, right? So the easiest way of doing is just I can copy paste the formula. Okay, suppose if I'm here, I can just drag the formula by selecting everything. I'm selecting everything and I can drag the formula, but I'm giving you for the practice, just do the practice. So this, if you drag this one or copy paste this one, I'll easily get to know that you have copy pasted this one. Okay. Next, we'll
Hello,
discuss
sir.
about,
Sir,
yes, please.
sir, open the previous table, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, in Sudarshan, sir.
Okay.
Sudarshan in this word, A is double right, sir.
Yeah.
Sudarshan means in find we can find A, sir.
So SUD or SHN, Sudarshan.
Yes, sir.
So you have to find the second A, right? So
Yes,
first
sir.
A. So you know, you have to apply some nested functions for this. So first for the first A, to find within text, which text, this is a text, and
Okay, sir.
starting from first character. So
Okay.
you got first A is in fourth one, correct, right?
Okay, sir.
The
Yes, sir.
first A is in fourth one.
Yes, sir.
Now I wanted to find the second A.
Yes.
Second A for in which character? So what is the why you are giving this one here?
Because dual
Your context. Yes.
Why we are giving this one? So
this one is
we have to find A character in the C7 text starting from first. It should start from first. From S it should start searching. So we are giving 1. So similarly, the first character is in 4. Again, I'll write the find function. Find. Which one I have to find? A character.
Yes.
So within which text? In this text, comma, starting from,
4.
is it 4? Fourth
No,
means
sir.
fourth one will be 4 plus 1. 4 plus 1. So it start from 5. So in which position it is? 8th position. So
Okay,
did you get this one?
okay, sir.
So this D7, what is this D7? 4th. Again, we
Fourth.
have the formula here. So if we come here, again we have the formula. So this is the formula we are writing in D7. Okay.
sir.
So we got the second. So we have to think bit logically. So only logical thinking is required here. Nothing else. Okay. There is no much code involved. There is no coding only, first of all. You don't have any coding here. Only logical thinking, simple formulas. Okay. So this is how we get the second values. So
Suppose
before
if we have to find the spaces in between, then how we will write them?
spaces, how many spaces in between?
Yeah, yes.
So we'll use this in find only, we'll use a space here. Instead of we are finding n, right? We'll just use space.
Okay.
Just we'll give space. Instead of character, we'll just give one space bar. Okay. Next. We'll go what relative reference, absolute reference. So we have not completed the text functions. So rest you have to do this one. I'll give some assignment on the text functions also. First you have to fill this one. Before filling this one, I have to make sure that you should understand what is relative reference, absolute reference, and mixed reference. Relative reference, absolute reference. Mixed reference. So now I have the data here like 1, 2, 3, 4. So now I have a set of values here. I have a set of values. So team, can you see here the values? So I wanted to do just a sum function. How I wanted to add this 2 and 3. I wanted to add this 2 and 3. So it is visible, right? Team, my screen is visible, right?
Yes, no.
Yes.
So I'm adding 2 and 3. So 2 plus 3 is which is D3. This is columns. These are columns. A, B, C, D we have, right? These are columns. These are columns. And these are rows. 1, 2, 3, 4 is rows. So if I'm here, what is my cell name? Name means this is the name box we have. So name is A column and second row, which is A2. So now I'm here. What is my cell name here?
G11.
G11. So G11. So you can see in the name box. Okay. So next. So this is my cell name. Next. Suppose I can refer any cell from here. I can refer any. Okay, before referring, first we'll go with the additions. So now I have this cell and this cell added. So what is the total answer I'm getting? 5. So now I'm copying this 5 and I wanted to paste it here. What is the answer I will be getting here? If I copy this one, if I paste it here, I'm copying this 5. If I paste it here, what answer I should get?
5 only. The same formula will get copied there.
7, 7 it will.
It will become 7. Okay. So I'll tell you why. So this is relative reference. This is relative reference. This is relative reference. In relative reference, I have D3 plus E3. So now my cells are in D3 and D3. So if I'm shifting one cell right, this cells also, this blue color from this blue color is referring to 2. It will shift right side and this cell will shift right side. So now I'm in first cell. If I go one cell right, what it happens no? So this will shift right and this will shift right. If I'm going one cell right. So what will be the total answer if I'm shifting right? 3 plus 4, 7. I'm just copying the formula. I'm not copying the value. I'm just copying the formula. So I just copied the formula. So if there is a formula, first of all, it gives first priority for formula copying. If there is nothing suppose see here. Now I'm copying and pasting it here. There is no formula inside. I have only it has only value, 6 value. So we are copying and pasting the value. When we copy paste, it'll get the value. Suppose there is a formula, then formula will be copy pasted. So now I'm copying this 7 and I'm pasting it here. So what will be the value?
13.
So team, only a few people are responding.
13, sir.
Yes, 13.
13. Okay. So you know, right? Relative reference. What is relative reference? So once if you now I'm referring here, if I'm coming down. So now I'm here. If I'm copying this 13, if I'm copying this 13, if I'm coming down, the same will be copy pasted. The same formula will get referred. Suppose if I'm coming down still, the reference cells also will come down. If I'm going one cell right, the reference cells also will shift one cell right side. So team, you are clear with this, everyone?
Yes, sir.
So this
Yes,
is very
yes.
basics you have to understand. So with this is relative reference. So now we'll go for absolute reference. What is absolute reference? Okay. So now I have the value, this cell plus I have these cells. So these cells, sorry, equal to I have this value, which is I'm freezing. This is absolute reference. Freezing means absolute reference. So I have to just press F4. I have to just press F4. You'll get the dollar symbol assigned for this column and this row. So now I'm referring to 13. If I paste it here, what should the value I should what value should I get here? So suppose now I'm copying 13. If I paste it here, so now
15.
15.
13.
So I'll get
13.
13 only because these cells will not get incremented. So we have
Okay.
kept the freezing. This we have freeze the cells. we kept the lock for these cells. So wherever you paste, if you paste it here also, you'll get the same value because we have freeze the cells. Okay. So this is freezing. So which is called as absolute reference. Absolute reference. So in absolute reference, we are freezing. In relative reference, we are not freezing the cells. It will automatically get related and it will increment. Okay, it will get incremented. Okay. So in absolute reference, we are just freezing the cells. If you are freezing the cells, this will be as it is. So next, absolute reference is done. Now we'll go for a mixed reference. So I have already told you. What is this? These are all columns, and these are all rows. You should have good understanding on this one. Like this is fundamentals, rows and columns. Now I'm taking this value in mixed reference. I'm just freezing the cells. I'm freezing the rows only rows. Place. I'm selecting this one. I'm freezing only rows, not the columns. Can you see here? There is no dollar symbol here. There is no dollar symbol here. I'm just freezing only rows. So let me go here and explain it clearly. What happens? So now I have 13. If I copy paste it here, I'll get 15. If I copy paste it here, I'll get this one. 11. So it's just like no relative reference only. If I copy paste it here, but the other logic is, so because I have freezed 4, always the reference I have freezed 4. So my value should be always in 4 only. So see here, my 4, it is in 4. If I come down, this can you see here blue color and red color, everything is in 4th row only. It is not coming out of 4th row. So suppose if I paste it here, see here, still it is in the 4th row only. So if I paste it here, still it is in the 4th row only, because this 4th row is freezed. So in 4th row, it can go right, it can go left, it can go left and right, but it cannot come down because we have freezed the 4th row. It is in 4th row only. So team, did you understand?
Yes.
So because we have freezed the 4th row, it is in 4th row only. Suppose I wanted to freeze the columns. Let me freeze the columns now. Equal to, I'm selecting this 2. I'm selecting this 2 and I wanted to freeze the columns. I'll press F4, again F4, again F4. Now the column, the dollar symbol is in front of D, which is column. Place. I'll select this one. The dollar symbol should be in front of column. Okay. So now my reference should be here only. My reference is here only. You should not go beyond this one. So now I have freezed this one. So I should not come out of those columns. So I'm pasting it here. See here, my good, this is here in the same way. Just I'm pasting it here. Still it refers to the same way, but I can go up and down. So I'm going down. So see here, it is coming down. So if I'm going up, it is going up. So still I go up. The reference cells will move only in D and D because we have freeze D and D. It can go up and down, but it cannot move. It cannot move out of this row columns. It cannot come out of these columns. It can move up and down. Similarly in row also. Similarly in row also. In row only it can go right and left, but it cannot come down. So this is mixed reference. So team, are you clear with these references?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now if I go to text functions, now I have written a formula for this one. So if I copy paste the same formula for this one, if I'm copying Sudha, if I'm pasting here Sudha, what will I get here?
We'll get
ARN. So you should have this understanding. For this understanding only, I took this relative reference, absolute reference, and mixed reference. Okay, the same. So you might be aware, like you might be not aware. Why this? We have copied this chemical, right? We have copied this private, right? If I'm pasting it here, why this NATI is coming instead of private? So we are copying the formula. We are copying and pasting the formula. The formula is referring to first. When it was here, it was referring to this one. When we come down, it refers to this one. When we again come down, we come down, it refers to this one. Okay, team, are you clear with this?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes.
today for summarizing our session, we have gone through what is the data types. What are the data types? So what is our role? Which role we are going to enter? Okay, and what we are going to learn in these classes, Excel classes. So what are dimensions and facts, like quantitative and qualitative dimension and facts, and some like some value, some expressions what we use in database, how we use, and how do we compare the dimension and facts, and what is extra data and geographic values. So this is also a qualitative only, but we have separately categorized this into city, state, latitude and longitude. Okay, this is data and geographics. Operators, what operators we have used, greater than, less than. We have gone through achievement formula, growth formula, basic formulas. Okay, and aggregation functions. What is an aggregation? What is an aggregation? So aggregation
Sum, count, average.
Sum, count, average, minimum, maximum. These are aggregate functions. Aggregated value means one single value. We'll get one single value. So these are the aggregation functions. Okay. Next, we have seen text functions. The use of text functions: left, right, mid, concatenate, length, upper, proper, lower. These are the text functions. Okay, and relative and absolute reference. Absolute mixed reference. Relative reference means there is no freezing. Wherever we go, it will increment. If you are going right side, the cells will move right. If you are going upward, the cells will move up. If you are going left, this will go upward. So there is no freezing in relative reference. In absolute reference means both columns and rows will freeze. So there is no change. So it will be as it is. In mixed reference means only columns will freeze or only rows will freeze. If you are freezing any row, so this will be the entire will stay in a single row. This references will not come down or come up because it is in fourth row only. We have freezed the fourth row here. Similarly, if you are going for the column freeze, we have kept the freeze in only for the columns D and E. See here in front of D and E we have kept. So it will be only in D and D column. It will not come out. It will not go left side or right side. It will go. It can move up and down in the D column and E column only, but it cannot move right and left. So this is absolute reference. Okay, team, do you have any doubts in today's session? So this is basics. These basics of Excel you have to learn. Tomorrow we'll go with text functions. I'll give some text functions. We'll use the nested function and text functions. Logical functions and text functions will complete tomorrow. Lookup and mathematical the next day, and statistical and date and time the next day. Okay, ribbons. So within 6 classes we have to complete everything, and 2 classes for your assignments. Okay, team. So
Okay,
if you have any doubt, you can ask, else we will log off for the day.
Okay.
So team, Saturday, Sunday we have 3 hours classes. I have already told you. Saturday, Sunday we'll have 3 hours classes because there are so many people entering into the market. So within a month we have to complete everything and we have to be perfect.
Okay.
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 Okay, team. Thank you. Thank you very much.
అయిపోయిందా?
అయిపోయిందంట.